How incompetent is Mark Carney's public safety minister, Gary Anandasangaree? He simply cannot continue as the minister of public safety. Not after this. Look, there were already questions about this guy. There were questions about his fitness for this role in the first place. Today, news broke that he was caught on tape confessing that the federal government is only moving ahead with the gun buyback program because it plays well in Quebec. He also said he doubts the police can enforce the program anyways. And to crown it all, he said if he could do it all again, he wouldn't even do a gun buyback program. He would focus on going after illegal guns. Now, I couldn't find the raw audio, but obviously the gun lobby and the conservatives were very excited about this today. This is exactly what they were looking for. I've obtained this audio from Tracy Wilson's YouTube channel. Tracy is a member of the Canadian Coalition for Firearm Rights, the CCFR. Thankfully, news of this tape has been widely reported. It is on Global News, it is on CTV and many of the major outlets today. So we know it is true. And the minister himself did not deny it in the House of Commons today when it was put to him by Pierre Poilievre and the Conservative. Here's the tape.
TPS of every police force in Canada is spending hundreds of thousands of dollars, if not millions of dollars, in prosecuting people, investigating people that are on the legal side. If I get a piece of paper going to my gun range, I can do 5 years in prison for a piece of paper. These guys, I hate to say it with the catch and release policies, these guys are caught, right? Might spend a couple days in jail, get a bail hearing, and out they go. But you're taking stuff away from people that aren't the problem.
Listen, it's voluntary. Okay, that's the only thing.
It's not voluntary. So what's the third option? So I deactivate, I turn them in. What's the third option?
Third option is you don't do either.
And? What does that make me become?
Then it's up to the local police.
So then what's that make me become? What's that? A criminal?
If police enforce it, yes.
Well, of course the police are going to enforce it. Because you're going to mandate.
Well, it's already in the criminal, it's there.
It's already written in the criminal code. So you're saying, is if I don't deactivate or return them at a loss, I'm going to be.
In your case, whatever your loss is, you tell me, I'll personally.
It's not the point of
offset. No,
what do you think may have done better? I mean, it's being rolled out today.
Look, I'll tell you, if I were to redo this from the beginning, like I'm picking up where it was left off. Right? And
but you have the power to roll back.
But this is the mandate I was given by Carney to complete this.
You guys look like fools rolling like stepping back.
And not revisit this.
Sure.
That's my objective, right? Just to put an end to this and move on with other additional criminal justice tools, including on bail, including on increasing penalties for people who have illegal and unlicensed firearms. So a range of things that we're already going to be doing.
But this is not new.
Going forward, it'll be a different approach. Okay, this is completing something that was started 5 years ago. That frankly.
But as the minister, you can sit down with Mark and say, listen, there's something. We need to address these core issues.
We've had all of these conversations. Like I've had for the last 4 months, it's been like constant discussions on this to see what's next, right? And the conclusion is let's finish this because we committed to it in the campaign. Like,
so why must you go through on this one?
Look,
just say it.
Sean,
Quebec, you know what's wrong.
Quebec, for example, is in a very different place than Ontario. Right?
We're talking about Canada. It's federal. It's not provincial.
I get it. Quebec is in a different place than other parts of Canada, right? And this is something that very much a big deal for many of the Quebec electorate that voted for us, right? And that's one of the major things. I think it's. I'm sure you've seen these articles where people said, this is one of the things we should not execute, like as a.
Drop it.
Change from Trudeau's policies, but we've made the decision to go ahead.
First of all, I've got to say, be careful who you place your trust in, guys. The minister was talking to someone he had known for a long time. This person was a tenant at one of his properties. This was someone he thought was his friend. In this audio, you hear the minister say he would bail the man out if he ever got arrested because he refused to give up his guns. He offered to reimburse the guy if the gun buyback program did not adequately compensate him for his guns. I mean, you don't just offer those things to anybody. Clearly, the minister considered this man a friend. And how has he been rewarded? This fella has put him in a difficult position where he could lose his job, never mind making him look absolutely stupid. Personally, I don't have a problem with the minister having a different opinion of the gun buyback program. I think it is weird that we expect all these politicians to agree on everything just because they belong to the same party. I think it is a good thing to know that there are people who hold different ideas on programs like the gun buyback program, even within the Liberal Party. Look, in general, I will say that it does seem like the minister is in the habit of trusting the wrong people. In July of this year, Global News reported that before his appointment to cabinet, the minister wrote letters urging Canadian officials to approve the immigration application of an individual who was a member of the Liberation Tigers of Tamil Eelam. That organization has been listed as a terrorist organization in Canada since 2006. The minister now has an ethics screen on any national security issues relating to the Tamil community, so he can't partake in those conversations. The point here is that clearly this minister's judgment is very poor. In general, he has a habit of trusting the wrong people. But I want to expand on this a bit more for you guys because you probably know I'm anti-guns. You've heard me say this many times. I'm anti-guns. I'll tell you why I'm anti-guns. I do not think we can say we have a mental health crisis in this country and willingly promote more guns in society. These two things are not compatible. You're just asking for trouble. I'll give you an example. The rifle that was used in killing Charlie Kirk was a Mauser Model 98 bolt action rifle. It was a vintage military rifle reportedly owned by Tyler Robinson's grandfather, the suspect's grandfather. I'll give you another high-profile example. The gun used in the attempted assassination of Donald Trump at his rally in Butler, Pennsylvania last year was legally owned as well, but not by the shooter himself. The rifle was reportedly purchased and registered to the assassin's father. Let me bring this home for you. The gun used in the Quebec City mosque shooting in 2017 was legally owned as well. 6 people died in that incident. And let me tell you something wild. One of the weapons used in that attack was a 9mm Glock 17 Gen 4 semi-automatic pistol. Owning that pistol requires a restricted license in Canada, which means that police would screen a person for mental health issues, for violence. They'll screen you for a criminal record, and they would check in with at least 2 character references. Clearly, that did not help here. So what am I trying to say here? The truth is that mass shootings often involve legally owned guns, and that is why I'm anti-guns. And that is my problem with this assertion by the conservatives that the guns used in crimes tend to be illegal guns. Yes, at face value, that is absolutely true. According to the CBC, in 2024, 88% of crime guns seized by Toronto police were traced back to the United States. Similar patterns were observed in other regions like York, Durham, and Peel, where over 80% of the seized crime guns originated from the United States. Most of the guns used in crimes in Canada are illegal. Yes, that part is absolutely true. And it is also absolutely true that the gun buyback program is not aimed at smuggled handguns or crime guns from the US, which are the majority in urban shootings. The buyback targets high-capacity military-style rifles, which are disproportionately used in mass casualty events. And we can have that argument about whether you think an assault rifle will kill more people in a short amount of time compared to like a handgun. I'll wait. The fact is that these assault rifles have no practical use in civilian life. Again, I will defer to those of you who know more about guns. Correct me if I'm missing the mark here. Look, the truth is that the strategy to deal with gun crime needs to be multifaceted. Yes, the gun buyback only addresses one part of gun violence. Clearly, it will be ineffective considering there isn't that much buy-in around the country as it seems. The minister did acknowledge in that clip that it was only one part of the strategy. Look, I think people want this silver bullet that will solve all gun violence. The gun buyback program is not that. And the Liberals have done such a shitty job of communicating what it's meant to do, as they always do with a lot of these programs. Look, all of that said, there is no getting around this. The minister is clearly compromised, and I hope he will do the right thing and resign because he has zero credibility after being caught on tape speaking against the very policy he wants to sell to Canadians. Come on, man. Just resign. just resign. I did say there were questions about his competence to start with. We just watch this.
I'll rephrase, Chair. Does the minister know what an RPAL is?
No, Minister.
I do not.
Member.
Does the minister know what the CFSC is?
I'm a minister.
I do not know.
Member.
I'll stipulate, Chair, that is the Canadian firearm safety course that all gun owners in Canada have to do to get their firearms license. Has the minister ever done the Canadian firearm safety course?
The Honourable Minister.
Speaker, it's my 3rd week on the job. No, I have not.
The Honourable Member.
Does the minister know what safety classes and safety demands are expected of law-abiding Canadian gun owners?
The Honourable Minister.
This is not about law-abiding gun owners, Mr. Speaker.
Honourable Member.
How can the minister make that claim when he doesn't know the basic fundamentals of law-abiding gun ownership in this country, Chair?
Minister.
Mr. Speaker, the Bill 21 is meant to get serious dangerous weapons off our streets.
He is clearly out of his depth here, and I hope he will do the right thing and resign. If he goes, that will be another Trudeau-era minister gone. Anyways, let me know your thoughts in the comments. Are you pro-guns? I really want to hear from you guys as well. No judgment, no judgment. Just get in the comments and tell me your thoughts. And subscribe if you're new to the channel. I welcome everybody here, no matter which side of the debate you're on. I'll see you guys next time. Take care.